So I'm gonna start the session. So we're gonna present you about the civil engineering, its role in the global market, and this is a evergreen engineering discipline, and what are the upcoming scopes and skills and advancements that are happening in the civil engineering. And the presentation is being done by two of us. One is by Mr. Srinivas Reddy, and second one is me. This is Vardhan Sai. I have done by BTech from NIT Calicut and MTech in Structural Engineering from IIT Madras. So, the main intention of this presentation of today's session or the webinar is to create awareness that create the motivation that civil engineering is not bad. Civil engineering is good for us for a good career, for good earning, and for the future purposes also. Civil engineering is very good. Let's see why it is good, why it is so. So, the contents that will be discussed here are scope of civil engineering in future, what happens in the future, like in Kalki 3. Kalki, we have watched the movie Kalki. So what was the future? There were all of the buildings were there were no trees. So let's see what happens for civil engineering also. Next, types and classifications of civil engineering. What is site engineer? Who is a geotechnical engineer? Who is quality surveyor? What will he do? What is the role of building engineer? What is the role of estimation billing estimator, etc., etc. We'll see that. Next, some of you guys might be still studying at your final year or might have recently completed your graduation. So, if you want to get into good job or if you want to get a good placement, we have recommended some topics, subjects, and skills like software skills and important subjects to be covered. And then we have collected the data from our friends and from our colleagues all over India as well as abroad. So we'll see how much pay we are getting. And next thing is higher studies. If you after completing BTech, if you want to do MTech in India or if you want to do masters in abroad like US, Australia. So what are the pros and cons? Not only advantages, there will be disadvantages as well as advantages. Let's see through them. And then government versus private jobs. What are the benefits and disadvantages? And then if you want to crack any competitive exams like in India, like SSC, JEE, Engineering Services, GATE, or like FE exam, Fundamentals of Engineering exam in US. So what are the preparation guidance needed? And then useful websites. And if you are already working or if you are studying but you want to earn some money, we have given some good freelancing sources, which from where you can earn around decently 30 to 40K if you have good skills. And then our colleague, Mr. Srinivas Reddy, will give you insights about the different civil engineering softwares and upcoming technologies. Thank you. Now, let's see the scope of civil engineering future. You know, the population now India has the highest population. Population is always increasing. No matter what, we cannot control it, and it keeps on increasing. But coming to the living space on Earth, is it increasing? Is the Earth increasing? No. The size of the Earth, the diameter of the Earth, the surface area of the Earth is always limited. So, where will this population, whoever is increasing, where will a family will live? Further, the construction has to be done in the vertical direction, like you can see here skyscrapers. It's like a concrete jungle here. If you see like Gachibowli in Hyderabad, like Bangalore, if you see some IT parks, some other areas, you can see it's complete like a concrete jungle. So there we need for effective civil engineering, and thus the need for civil engineers is always increasing. So we guys will never be worried. We need not to demotivate. We civil engineers are always safe. Coming to the fact two, obviously you can see here the artificial intelligence has been growing. The advancements in artificial intelligence, robotics, machine learning, obviously, definitely in day-to-day life, in news also you are seeing it is increasing. Yeah, good. It is increasing, good for technology. And now, because of these advancements in artificial intelligence, you can see that it has been replacing some jobs of computer science engineers as well as ECE engineers. So, but chances for replacing civil engineers with artificial intelligence. Can you can you say that you can construct a complete bridge over a river from point A to point B like a Penna, take a Penna River. If you want to construct a bridge over it, can an artificial intelligence construct it on its own? Can it do it? Can it do it? No, it can't do it. There definitely the human power, the manpower, man execution, the human eye, human brain is definitely needed for supervision. So civil engineers are again safe. So no, we cannot be replaced by any robotics. We cannot be replaced by any AI. So you can see here the newspaper clippings there. The new AI, is it divine or devil for software engineers? In future upcoming 10 years, most of the software jobs, nearly 50% will be replaced by AI tools. And there is second paper clipping, there is world's first AI software engineer. It is named Divine. It has replacing many software engineers. So civil engineers, we can be happy. We are not being replaced yet. Now, upcoming future scopes, as I said, the size of land over the earth is constant, but people are increasing. So, what to do? One option is going in the vertical direction like skyscrapers, and the second option is constructing over the water bodies. Here, you can see the famous structure here. You might have seen it many years before. What it is? It is a Palm Jumeirah Islands. What they have done, they constructed some land mass over this water through some engineering principles, and above it they have constructed a town here. See, this is a good technology where human brain has developed. If in future 10 years, if you want to be in good place, and if you want to do higher studies, I prefer you to take marine construction engineering. And in few IITs like IIT Madras, it has ocean technology. You can go there, and even there are some new companies that are recruiting especially for ocean technology engineers. And what are the upcoming new fields in future? There are some engineering like sustainability engineering, bioengineering, biomimicry. Because with increasing population, we are doing deforestation. But globally, the global summits, all country leaders are thinking to preserve the nature. So whatever development is being taken, they are giving more emphasis on green buildings. What are green rated buildings? Sustainable engineering, bioengineering is nothing but it is engineering using the principles that are copied from nature. The biosphere is nothing but nature. Whatever principle we have copied, we will apply it in engineering. If you see example here, you can see a photo here. I have went to Meghalaya trip recently. You people also go when you have time. You can see that there is a river flowing over this area. There is a river flowing here in this direction, and the people are here and here on either side. Our Indian tribes, ancient Indian tribes, what they did, there are some big banyan trees here, some trees here, and banyan trees have roots that will spread very further. So what they did, they have connected the roots of both the trees, and with years and years, both the trees have formed a natural bridge. So this way of copying the behavior of nature for our engineering principles is known as bioengineering. Even in this field, there are many developments going on. We have a separate presentation for it. We'll share it later. And coming to the next case, so types and classifications of civil engineering. The most famous, the well-demanding things are like structural engineer, the quality engineers, surveyors. In big mega projects where the project is around 1,000 to 2,000 crore, a person with good certification, good surveying skills is getting around 1 lakh. I have seen in my site also they are getting around 80 to 90,000 for surveys themselves. And transportation engineering, if you work for a road projects like for a contractor under national highways, they are getting decent salaries. Billing engineer, even they are getting around 1 lakh if they are working in remote areas and they have around 5 years experience. For geotechnical engineers, there are transportation engineers, planning engineers, and obviously at site level, soon after your graduation, you might be recruited as a junior engineer or a site engineer, and then senior site engineer. If you go further in this, if you go in this cycle, you can see that all these are managerial types. These are technical types and these are managerial types. You people, some of you people might have skills in managing the people. You have skills in managing the money. For a big contractor, for a big construction company, who has the managerial skills, the manpower management, the material management, who is good at speak, who have good communication skills, they can opt this fashion rather than going for the technical. Some people might be having less structural knowledge, they might be having less technical knowledge, they might have only the basic thing, but they are very good at being a great leaders. So they can choose this path. In this path, first you will join as junior engineer. You will do the site execution. You will learn each and every point. You start controlling the people you have under you. There will be some bunch of labor. After that, you will get promotion. You become site engineer. So you will again learn new skills like that. You can keep on increasing your profile, and you can become a director of a company, and you can earn more and more. You can increase your career in such a way. And coming to the technical type, some of you might be good at structural engineering, like strength of materials. You are good at steel design. You are good at structural analysis, RCC design. So you people will opt structural engineering. You will sit at a office like a white collar job. You do the designs as per your passion. As you keep on increasing your skills, you keep on increasing your salaries, etc. So these are technical type and managerial types of posts. So see, you can see plenty of posts here, like 8 number of posts in technical and managerial posts. It keeps on increasing. So around there are 20 types of civil engineering types. Based on your interest, you can opt any one of the option. And coming to the next slide. So here, the third slide says the subjects, topics, and skills for better placements. So whoever are sitting ideal or who have just recently passed out or who are studying in fourth year, I suggest them that try to learn something about everything and everything about something. So civil engineering, while during your graduation, whatever subjects are there, you need not to be the topper. You need not to be gold medalist. At least we suggest you to pass with a 7 GPA, like 70% or 60%. Learn some basics. Don't muck up them. Learn the basics and find out their practical applications. That is more than enough for your BTech engineering. After that, choose one subject as your interesting subject. Like if you are interested in soil, if you are interested in earth, choose a geotechnical engineering. Learn more and more and more and about the topic and make it as your passion. That is a good way to earn more and more in the practical field. So don't make the mistake that you learn only one subject and keep on studying the same. Always learn all the things basic and one subject you excel in that. So here we have given the bunch of subjects, around 9 subjects, like strength of materials. You need not to study entire chapter. Even if you are a working professional, we suggest you to go to all these topics and revise them, keep them in your brain. Or if you're not aware of them, uh, you save their PDFs in the soft copies in your mobiles whenever you are working like a structural engineer or a site engineer. You just open the PDFs in your mobile and apply whatever you have studied in your graduation. So if you see here the strength of materials, no need of entire subject, but at least study the bending moment shape force diagram. You must know how the cantilever bend. You must know you know that in cantilever beam the reinforcement, the more reinforcement has to be, if you suppose if it is a fixed end and there is a cantilever beam like a chejja, the chejja is a shading device over a windows. If it is a chejja and there is some reinforcement here, if you are a good civil engineer, you have some basics, you will be sure that the top reinforcement should be more compared to the bottom reinforcement in case of the cantilever structures. So if you are not a cantilever, if you are not a civil engineer, just a tapi mestri is not sure whether it is more at bottom, more at top, or more at bottom. But being a civil engineer, you must be sure. In all other cases, the bottom reinforcement should be more. But at least in a cantilever case, the top reinforcement should be more because there the bending happens at the top. The tension happens in the concrete at the top fibers. And the concrete being weak in tension, we have to use more steel there. So this level of minimum basics to be known by us. And coming to geotechnical engineer, you must be knowing soil properties. You must at least know what is clay, what is difference between sand, what is difference between clay. సో ఆ మినిమం వేరియేషన్ అన్న మనకు తెలిసి ఉండాలి. నెక్స్ట్ కన్సాలిడేషన్ కంపాక్షన్. ఒకవేళ సైట్ లో ఇఫ్ వి డోంట్ డూ ఎఫెక్టివ్ కంపాక్షన్, యూ కెన్ సీ ద సెటిల్మెంట్స్, యూ కెన్ సీ క్రాక్స్ ఇన్ ద ప్లింత్ బీమ్స్. సో యూ మస్ట్ హ్యావ్ సమ్ బేసిక్ నాలెడ్జ్ అబౌట్ కాంపాక్షన్ అండ్ కన్సాలిడేషన్, and then some basics about the bearing capacity. If a soil is sand, if it is a clay, if it is clay, we'll go what kind of strength pile foundation is preferred, or raft foundation is preferred, what is balancing raft, what is shallow foundation, etc., etc. You must be aware. Again, there are some other topics, so please go through them, like I have mentioned here. So this is a meme I have added here. You can always see that क्या करते हो तुम तो सिविल इंजीनियर बोलेगा तो वो रिप्लाई करेगा, अरे तुम मिस्त्री हो। तो ऐसा सिचुएशन हम फेस नहीं होना है। हम 4 साल मेहनत करके इतना हमारा पेरेंट्स का पैसा से पे करके हमने वी हैव डिड सिविल इंजीनियरिंग, एंड फाइनली समवन शुड नॉट कॉल अस एज मेस्त्री। ऐसा नहीं बोलना है। सो टू अवॉइड दैट सिचुएशन आई ऑलवेज से learn some basics, remember some basics, understand the basics, and apply there in the practical applications. In day-to-day life, you might be seeing everywhere the buildings under construction. Go there, see there what is beam, what is a fixed beam, what is a column, how much reinforcement is given in column, what are lateral ties, why they are bending 135 degrees, etc., etc. See them, learn them, and feed in your brains. That will give you a respect in the society. Next, coming to the pay pattern, the fourth topic. Some of you guys might have been working, you might be getting around 15K or 20K, 25K per month with 1 to 2 years of experience. But our life of civil engineer is not confined to just 25 to 30K. I have seen we are working, our colleagues are working, we are earning around 80,000 in hand, 70,000 in hand, even 1 lakh in hand. We did just civil engineering from the normal colleges. We did not even do masters in any US or IITs, but still they are getting 1 lakh, 80 lakhs, 70,000, 50,000, at least minimum 50,000 we are getting. So I have collected some data here for the salaries we are getting. You can see that for those who are we have done like MTech in IIT Madras. One of my friend is Seshan. He has at the entrance level he got 6 LPA. Now he is getting 15 LPA. Now he is working at the company WSP. And there are other friends in my BTech. He got graduation from NIT Calicut. At starting level, he got 5 LPA. Not only his salary was 5 LPA, whoever was joined along with him in the same batch from other normal colleges, they were also getting 5 LPA. Now he is getting 20 LPA. Is it so? Is it true L&T is giving such much salary? Yes, they are giving that salary. He is having around 10 years experience, and now he is working as a digital officer in Chennai. If you want some connections, we are always ready. We always give you the contacts. You can get the details from them for your career and improvement. And you have seen there are some cases like 6 LPA. After that, he has one friend named Subhan. He had left the job and he went to AWE. And one other guy, Vinod, his starting salary was 4 LPA. Now he's getting 55.5 LPA. And whoever are starting at the starting case, this is Karthik. He has passed out in 2024. He was offered with a job, 25,000 per month as a graduate engineer training in Hyderabad itself. So if you want details about him, about the company which has given the offer, please contact us later. We will give that. Coming to the pay pattern to civil engineers in the market, in the government and PSUs. So please listen to it. If you are working in private and you are facing some work pressure, if you are facing some politics, so we can suggest you to go for a government or PSU jobs in India. And what about the basic pay there? Now you can see that one of my friend, he is Dinakar, he is working as a SSC JE, and he is getting in hand 68,500 now. Coming to Krishna Reddy, he is AW for Telangana state, he is getting 80,000. Krishna Kadiyam, he is a ISRO scientist and he is getting 72,000 in hand. So if you see average here, myself, Chandravardhan, I am getting 70,000 in hand. So if you see that in government sector or in public sector, The pay is decent, around 68, minimum 65,000 to 75,000 you will get in hand for sure after 2 years. First year will be training, there will be the basic pay will be less. After 2 years, above 60,000 is guaranteed for you. And I have taken some information from the entrepreneur. This guy is Ranganath. Excuse me. After completing his graduation from a place called Anantapur in Andhra Pradesh, he has started his own firm. It is a normal college, no one knows about it, but he has gathered some book knowledge and he has learned some practical knowledge. He has some software skills like AutoCAD and SketchUp. Remember, he studied only from the normal college, but he did his duty. Whatever he's taught, whatever is there in reference standard books like BC Punmiya, what Devadas Menon. So there are many standard books. Go through them once, feed you in your brain. You'll be confident enough. You can start your own firm. So what he is saying that if you start a own firm, if you guys start a own firm with a single person, not even in a team, the profit depends upon the scale of projects you are handling, the turnover, and but in general, if you want to know the profit for the residential buildings, they are getting 15% profit per an year and 20% profit in commercial buildings. So if you have around 1 crore in your or even 50 lakhs, or if you have some group of 2 to 3 friends who are good at civil engineering, you have just the basics, but you have a lot of circle in your hometown. You can start your own firm and earn some profit margin of 15%. Suppose if you spend 10 lakhs per month, you will get 15% of it as a profit. So this is the next slide, higher studies and their pros and cons. Okay, I did BTech from a normal college, but I did not get a good job. I did not get any good placement. So I am deciding to go for a higher studies. Is it good or bad? So what cases it is good and for what cases it is bad? So do higher studies. We have collected a lot of data from our friends, colleagues, and they have suggested, and this is a final output of 6 points. If you want to do higher studies, do it in the following 6 cases. The first case, if you are interested in the subject and wanted to explore more about it, then definitely good. If you are good in structural engineering, if you want to know about the non-linear analysis, about the finite elemental methods, etc., 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 then you can go for MTech or PhD. And if you are from a normal and not so good college and wanted a better placements and good chances, then also, yes, there are some private colleges you might have studied in your hometown. There might not be any placements there. Then you can go for well-known IITs like IIT Madras, Guwahati, or now there are many more IITs, IIT Tirupati, IIT Palakkad in Kerala, etc. So go for them. You'll get better recognition. You cannot say better placements, but you will be definitely having better recognition. And there it is our duty to prove ourselves again. And coming to next case, if you are from a normal and not so good college and want to experience the standards of top IITs and NITs, then you can go for MTech. That is very true. I have done MTech from IIT Madras, and you can ask your friends who have done MTech from other IITs. The way apart from the studies, the way of life there, like the night culture, the students, the campus will be very big. It will be like a new town. Libraries will be open for 24 hours. Gyms will be free. So the standard of living and that what we said, that memories will be different. If you want such life, just for 2 years of your life, go for it. It will be a good memory for rest of your life. And if you want, fourth point is, if you want not to be burden on parents for expenses and want to prepare for government exams parallelly, then do go for MTech. You need not to do MTech only in IITs or NITs. You can go for VIT or BITS Pilani or even in your local colleges. Now all the colleges have access to all the information, all the books. So no need to worry about the brand. You can go for MTech and then parallelly prepare for your government exams or whatever exams you want. So parallelly you will get the MTech degree, BTech degree, as well as time for your preparation. And then the fifth case, go for MTech if you are interested in teaching career and want to become professor. And then, in this case, if you want to become professor, these days the government professors, the governments are asking for PhD also. You have to do extra effort there. And if you want to explore foreign education, in IITs, there is program called Foreign Exchange Program for 1 year. They will send you to Germany or other countries for free, and they will take students from there and they will study in IIT. In IIT Madras, while I was doing MTech, I used to study with a guy from Germany. That will be good field. He will be coming with you to mess. He will be eating with you. They will be sharing our thoughts, their culture. So we'll be globalized in our behavior. So, and when never do higher studies like MTech or PhD, in what cases means if your aim is only government job or PSU and you have enough money to spare and you have one more year for preparation, so if your aim is only government job and if you have enough money and if you have enough time, then don't take risk. These days the competition is very high. For even to crack SSC JE or AE at a state level, the people are sitting for 1 to 2 years because of high competition levels. So some of you might have lost a job, government job by 1 mark or 2 mark. So instead of risking that, if you want to avoid all this private sector drama like what you say internal politics like work pressure etc., you can spare 1 to 2 years and get into the government sector. So that is the case for the last slide, and hope you guys are listening. And now in this case I will say the differences between the government jobs and private jobs. Always remember, not always the government jobs are better. Even the private jobs are better in some companies. So don't be in a false thinking that if a guy is working in government sector, his life is settled. It doesn't mean that. If a guy is talented, he will feel not good at government sector. He feel like why should I work the same thing daily? If I work outside, I can earn crores and crores. So let's see this. What are the advantages of government sector? Obviously, they are safe, they are stable. Whether the inflammation occurs, if inflammation occurs, the software jobs may be gone, but the government jobs, no one can remove you from the government job. So even government jobs are most managerial types, decision-making roles, and no need of having high knowledge. And because we are at managerial level, we need to manage the officers below us, the contractor below us. So for that, we just want to know what is the strength of concrete M30. If in a lab it gets around 30 Newton per mm square, that is well and good. Yes, this quality is good. So such level of basic information is needed for government jobs. But for cracking the government jobs, obviously, the exams will be very tough. You have to go through entire technical knowledge. As I said, the government jobs will be having roles, responsibilities, and powers. They are very high compared to private employees. The private guy might be working and he might be getting 80,000 per month. But if you are a government guy, under you, you are getting 70,000. But whoever is getting 1 lakh has to work under you. He has to call you sir. He has to take your orders. If you say something, he has to listen it without any hesitation. So that is the power of government employees. And no matter, even if a contractor is rich, he has turnover of 2,000 crore or 10,000 crore, he must obey, he must respect the power of government employee. So if you have such self-respect, if you give more emphasis on self-respect and more power and dignity, you guys can go for a government job. You will definitely get it. Coming to the next case, the pay scale, allowances, free facilities, etc. Obviously, they are better compared to private firms and promotions. There are fixed promotions. If in private sector, if there are internal politics, no matter how hard you work, no matter late nights you do, concreting, you do inspections, you do site supervision, no matter what, you will not get promotion if there is politics at your company. But in government, there is no such case. Do your duty as per time. After 3 or 5 years, you will get promotion as per fixed tenure. The disadvantage, and mostly it is a fixed working hours in government sectors. But recently, in the present government, I have been seeing the government and private are no way different coming to the work. They are working parallelly. Even in Instagram, I see that memes. If a guy is government guy, they will make fun of him. But the fact is, it is gone nowadays. Both guys, the government and private guys, are having hell and hell of work. So instead of working for a private guy, work for government. That's the best thing. Coming to the disadvantages, as I said, the government jobs are always not good. So if a guy is having good, strong technical knowledge, he may feel that his skills are gone wasted. Obviously, if you work as a SSC JE or if you work as a AWE, your main aim will be mostly supervision, mostly governance, but not the technical stuff. You need not to sit and design a dam. You need not to sit and design a multi-purpose building. Entire work will be given to a consultancy. So such guy who is having good technical knowledge will feel bored at a government job. Even you can see, if you can see in the LinkedIn that the some guys of around 22, 23 age, they are working in Dubai and as a structural engineer, they are very well famous. They have around 10K, 20K followers. They are earning lump sum of money because he is good at its technical skills. So so here, if you are good at some skills, don't waste your energy, don't waste your skills in a government sector. Go for private or be an entrepreneur and enhance your career. So as I said, there are some political influences, political pressures in the government sector. So someone will say, do this work, someone will say, don't do this, do other. So this kind of stuff. If you are a weak guy, if you're a decent guy, if you're an introvert, if you're just a technical fellow, it will be difficult for you to handle such situations. If you are bank bencher, if you are a good, if you have good communication skills, for them he can tackle this. But a normal guy at some levels, like the central projects, it is difficult for him. So these are the disadvantages. So think accordingly and go ahead. So as I said, even the private jobs, some jobs are very good compared to government jobs. In private jobs, there is advantages. You are free to take profession of your interested subject. If you are good at structural subjects, you can go into structural engineering. If you are good at geotechnical subjects, you can go. You can shift the company, change from one company to other company, or you can go for abroad. You can go as per your passion. If you are talented, you can earn more and more. That is very true. So most of us might be crying that we are getting less salary, but there are very ways to earn more and more. Learn the skills like in an excellent way. If you are good at AutoCAD and StatPro, learn in such a way that no matter what, you can answer any question, you can design anything on StatPro. If you are good, if you are having such a skill, you can start your own freelancing. You can work under a company and you can do a design for a particular building and you can earn 10,000 per a design. So don't cry. First, gather entire knowledge, get all the skills. After that, even then, if you're not getting good money, good opportunities, then we can blame civil engineering. First of all, we must be thorough with the concepts and skills. And obviously, there will be quick jump in promotions. You are good at skills, and you will be having great exposure and uses of updated technologies. Recently in news you have seen L&T has used the 3D technology and constructed a 3D building. Can someone answer where that building was constructed by L&T? The first 3D building in India. Gurtunda, someone remember that? L&T has constructed 3D building. Small 3D prototype kind of building they have constructed. Okay.
At IIT?
Is it at IIT?
I think so. Isn't it?
Achha. I'm not sure. I forgot its name. That's why I think yes, it is at IIT Chennai, I guess.
I think one of the professor did that with his team or something.
No,
I
that
heard like
was no, that was
it's
very
not a 3D building.
yeah. It's not a 3D building. It's a lightweight ready-made building. It was not 3D.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So coming to the disadvantages, the skill, talent, and hard work recognition is less. In some companies, the recognition is obviously less, but not all the cases. And sometimes they're even though they are talented, they'll be suppressed. The guy above you might be thinking that this guy may take my job. So be thinking like that, he may suppress his skills. So that is a possibility in private jobs, and there will be heavy workload, especially in India. Coming to other countries, they have well-defined time schedules, well-defined professional ethics. But in India, the guys will pressure you a lot for a minimal pay and for the maximum workload. So that is a disadvantage in private jobs, at least for in India. And countries' economic famines can influence the salaries, obviously. And whoever is working in private, he has to show himself. He has to showcase his skills day to day with by updating regularly, trying and switching companies for better packages. So I have mentioned here the list of some well-renowned uh, companies in India. You can go through them. You can. I suggest you always check their websites, go for career pages, and see for any vacancies and apply for them. That is one of the best way, the real actual way of getting into the jobs. So next case. So if you want to prepare for competitive exams, we have given some tips here. Just I will conclude them. Start right now. If you are still in graduation, still doing your third or second year, if you are aim for engineering services or SSCJE or GATE, start right now. The competition is very high. So start right now. Don't delay. Don't wait for the right time. Make the time as a right now. And then whatever you are studying, write them in your personal notes and make it your one notes. So in India there are many coaching uses like GATE, MedEasy, ACE, Physics Wala, GATE Wala, etc. Lump sum. Obviously they are giving good information, good knowledge, good resources. But what I suggest is, no matter whatever is the institute, you grasp the information, you pile up the information in your own notes. So your brain has to be accustomed to only one type of notes, that is your notes. Then your memory will be, it will be easy for you to feed in your brain, and memory will be lasting for longer. And then second case is, third tip is, do the practice, revise and repeat. So if you want to get crack a exam, competitive exam especially, don't go into the concepts deeper and deeper. I'm not saying don't study the concepts. I'm saying study the concepts, but don't do research in it. Whatever is needed at the basic level, just go through it and practice the numericals. Since most of the competitive exams are numerical, even in India and foreign countries, so practice them. Learn through the practice of numerical exams. So practice, revise, repeat, learn from the mistakes, and then repeat the process and then attempt the exam. So as I said, the fourth tip is gain the concepts, but don't do research in it. And the last case is, don't simply follow the mass. If everyone is joining L&T, don't try for L&T. If everyone is trying for AW exam, don't sit for a exam. At least I'm not saying to blindly sit for it, to blindly go for L&T. There are many other good companies like Shapurji Palanji in private sector, like in foreign countries, like there are many individual government sectors like ISRO, BARC, GRDO. Even at state level, there are surveying departments. So there are good jobs paying the decent salaries. So where there is no mass, where the most people are not concentrating, you concentrate there. There are more chances of getting such jobs. Even with less effort, in India, I have seen a case with my friend. There was a post in Andhra Pradesh. It was assistant director for surveying department. That post was not known to many. It came in their private in their website. So he checked that website. He wrote the exam. At the time, only 2,000 people wrote the exam. This guy got the offer. It is assistant director guested post. So I am suggesting, don't follow the mass. Always check for individual websites at minute level. And the last tip is health is wealth. So obviously, is while preparation, don't simply sit for 14 hours, 16 hours. Don't work like hell. So parallelly, you give importance to your health and take good food. If you are staying in hostels, give criteria on the food that you are taking. If hostel food is not good, you can prepare your own food at your hostel rooms. And if you are bachelor, there are many YouTube videos for proper food. I always say, even in my case, I got severe back pain because of sitting for long durations. So if you want to avoid such situation, if you don't want the health disturb your career, always give importance to the health. That is the case. And this is the eighth slide. This slide is about the different websites, Instagram videos, YouTube videos, YouTube channels, LinkedIn profiles. There are around 27 profiles here, 27 links. You guys might be on YouTube. You guys might be on Instagram. In free time, you might be scrolling the Instagram pages. You might be scrolling YouTube shorts. So make it a habit in the same platform where you are wasting your time over Instagram reels, YouTube shorts. Our brain doesn't uh, control our mind. control our hands. So we'll obviously definitely use the mobile in our free time. So to not waste that such mobile time, we have suggested 26 links here, 27 links, and we strongly recommend to follow each and every link that I have given. Suppose if I take the first website here, it is all exam review. If I click this, it will get you to the website page where you will get regular updates on government jobs at state and central level. And second website, it is Adda 24/7. You will get all the updates on state and government jobs. I have given for private sector also. There are many websites for private sector, but I don't prefer websites especially for private sector. Some will be fake, some will be giving leading to some other pages as like ads, advertisements. Instead of following websites for the private sector, I suggest you to follow LinkedIn profiles, WhatsApp groups, or even some YouTube channels. You can see here, coming to the websites, you can also follow our website Bhavanam C2C. Here you can see the bunch of things that are needed for civil engineer. Not only one aspect, all the aspects. You can see here the civil engineering softwares. If you want to learn about AutoCAD, obviously there are many videos on YouTube. There are hundreds of teachers. So which teacher is doing the correct knowledge? Who is doing the right wrong knowledge? You don't know. You cannot blindly believe in what YouTube, whatever is available. So what I say is, our website has software courses. There are around 11 softwares, and those softwares are taught by IIT professors, like IIT professionals, etc., etc. So I suggest you, I have given you the link here. Please go through them, go through the softwares there. You can learn from them. There are some technical content there. There are practical knowledge courses. Even we are giving courses for site engineering. Some of the graduates might have went to site engineer as a fresher. He doesn't know what is bar bending schedule. He doesn't know what is ductile detailing. He doesn't know what is concrete cube testing, what is a slump test, what is a parameter for a sand, what is a silt content. You don't know what is cover. So to know all these basics, if you want to learn, again, there are YouTube channels. But if you want to learn from the guy who has already working in the same profession from many years, you can go through our website. There are very well recorded sessions. You can go through them. Also, if some of you want to go for foreign studies, we have a We Connect Globe. We have a website for that. We'll see it later in the upcoming slides. And coming to the Telegram channel, the Telegram is an app. It was famous during the Corona times. Even Telegram also, there were many helpful channels. So have pointed out here whatever the channels are helpful, like all exam reviews. So whatever is update in the government exam, you will get up-to-date information there. And the Doubt Master Official, if you have any doubts technically or even practically, while you are preparing for any competitive exam, if you have doubts, you can go there. It is a free. You can drop your doubts there. You will get answers. So these are the other. This is other channel. You can go there. 360 degree civil is it was also another channel. If you have any technical doubts like structural engineering, strength of materials, geotechnology, fluid mechanics, any type of doubt, you can write that doubt on a paper, take a photo of it and paste in that group. You will get an answer. So make use of social media. That is how you can excel in your career. Second case, if you're preparing for government exams, even if you're a private guy, you must be aware of current affairs, what is going on in our day-to-day life. So if you don't have time to refer some books or newspapers, you can follow this channel in Telegram. And there are some WhatsApp groups. Here I have mentioned about 4 WhatsApp groups. The first one is daily civil engineering jobs. Here you'll get the whatever from A to Z, like site engineer to structural engineer, from GM to a supervisor, from a foreman, whatever may be the vacancy in Indian states. If you want regular updates, you can follow this channel in the serial number 10. For serial number 11, the same thing, you can follow this. And serial number 12, civil engineering aspects, it's a WhatsApp channel. Here we clear the doubts, like technical and practical doubts. If you have a doubt in some practical case, like lapping of reinforcement in a column 50%, after 50%. So if you have such doubts, you can ask here. So to help you, you need not to worry, guys. There are many Telegram channels, LinkedIn profiles. As I said, if you go for LinkedIn, I prefer LinkedIn over the Instagram. LinkedIn is very good for civil engineers. There are a bunch of people around 20 to 30. If you follow them, you will know entire everything about civil engineering, what is happening in the entire world. So here, the first guy, his profile, his name is Vikas Kumar. If you click this link, it will take you to the profile. Follow him. He has posted many articles related to the nodes, the recent inventions, etc. Follow it. So there are some other profiles like this. Vinay Bangari, Vinay Pandey, Rahul Kumar, these are the individuals. Their age is around 22, 23, 24. But if you see their content, if you see their experience, you feel surprised because their skills, their passion was like that. So please follow them in LinkedIn. So you can see that I have clicked that link by mistake. So it has opened the LinkedIn profile of Bangari Vinay. If you see him, you can see his content here. See, if you see all the posts of him, you see all the posts. So he will sometimes post the motivational post for the civil engineers, like what are the concerns being faced by civil engineering graduates entering the career, and he posts many articles. You can if you read them, you'll learn a lot. He has many videos, etc., etc. Like that, there are many guys working on LinkedIn, so you can follow them. You'll get some updates. You can see that. You can see here the civil engineering failures are taking place. So there will be many comments happening here. There will be discussions. So make a habit of following LinkedIn. Now coming back to our presentation. So our website, we have Bhavanam C2C profile. If you go there, you can see here whatever are the vacancies. You will get all the job updates here. So you can follow it for regular updates. So I want to showcase you one profile here. This is my profile, Chandravardhan. I'm not just marketing. I have collected some notes, whatever the major, I can say, the major institutes like Midas, Gate has collected some, they have given notes. So I have referred entire notes, competitive notes in India for my competitive exams, and I have written them very clearly. Why I am showing this slide is, this web page is, you can see here whatever you have doubts in. If you have structural engineering, if you have doubts in RCC structure design like beam design, retaining wall design, tank design, I have notes connected here. If you have doubts in steel design, there are related notes. If you have doubts in structural analysis, there are related notes. So please follow it. Even if you are not following it, I suggest you to download this link and save these PDFs. And if you think that they are really helpful, you can see the comments here. So I'm not telling about myself, but I felt like this will be helpful to most of you. Even I got the comments that it was helpful to many. So suggesting them, if you have free time, download it. It is around 1 GB of folder. It will be helpful for your lifetime. That is the case. I'm coming to the next. So coming to our next website, suppose you guys, some of you have just recently graduated, and if you want to work in abroad, or if you want to do masters in abroad like US or Australia or even in Dubai, you what will you do? You will go to Hyderabad, you will go to Amirpet, there will be some third party broker. You will meet them. He will say he will want 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Then he will suggest you some college in US, and you will join them. Instead of paying such huge amounts, instead of getting cheated by some brokerages at third parties, you can go to our website. This is called the Connect with Global Civil Engineers. So here we have a website that is We Connect Globe, and here what we do, whoever is working at foreign countries like USA, you can say that Ireland, Berlin, Germany. So these are the working professionals that are teamed up with our team, and whoever is thinking to take masters from India, we will connect you with the individual persons. If you want to join in USA, we have this many people. If you want to study in Germany, we will connect you so that you will know the ground reality. So which college is good, which stream is good, which course is good, which job is good. So all the details at the ground level you will come to know very clearly through our website. So here we have given you the details. If you want to know much more about it, you can click this website. If you click it, you can get it here. So one-to-one mentorship for studying abroad, go through it. It will be a good option. So that is the case. And as I said, don't depend on one job. If you are working for L&T, obviously, and but package is less. If your package is, if you feel that if you less, and if you think that you have talent, if you want to earn more for your day-to-day expenses, you can be start freelancing. So where and all you can do this freelancing, while the first platform is check tutors. If you are good at it, your knowledge at your BTech subjects, guys, if you are good at your BTech subjects, I can say you can earn around 50 to 60,000 easily freelancing. There are many students working studying civil engineering, so you can be a good tutor. So you can work as a subject expert on teachers, and you can give your knowledge to them. So here one platform is check tutors, and we have other platform like Urban Pro. You can teach there online and offline all the civil engineering subjects. And if you have prepared for gate, if you got a good rank, you can work for local gate institutes. You will get around 1,000 per hour. And if there are some technical institutes like in India, like Midas, ACE, they will give jobs to technical content developers. They are getting around 50K per month. Even I have seen one guy earning 1 lakh per month. He's a maths content developer in ACE. So if you have good skills in AutoCAD planning, structural designing like StatPro and Etabs, and if you're good at cost estimator, if you know the basics about estimations, and if you know basics about IS 1200 like method of measurements in civil engineering, etc., you can be a true lancer. What you can do the estimations, you can do building plans, and you can earn around 70 to 80K based on your skills, based on everything depends on your caliber, your capability. So build your caliber, increase your capabilities, increase your skills, so money and opportunities will come to you on their own, or the opportunities will be open to you many. And you guys know about YouTube and Udemy. I have seen some guys around their age is 24. They have started a coaching institute like you can see the Civil Index. It is a new institute. They are running their turnover is like crores per year. They just did a BTech degree, but they prepared some competitive exams. Because of that, they got some good knowledge. With that knowledge, they are doing this teaching business. In the teaching business, they are earning crores. Not per head, but I can say he's earning 2 to 3 lakhs per month as a profit. So this is the presentation till this. The next presentation will be carried by Mr. Srinivas Reddy for the softwares and the life of civil engineers at US. So Mr. Srinivas, can you please carry over the presentation?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much,
you.
Vardhan, and you did a great job and you explained everything very well. So I'm truly honored to be with this session today. So really, I
Thank you.
felt very happy, and I again educated myself regarding what kind of opportunities we have in different streams and everything. So hope it was a very effective session for our students too. So okay, so let me take this control and I will share my PPT. And I hope you guys may not know about myself. And my name is Srinivas Reddy, and I completed my bachelor's in India, and I worked with uh, I started my journey as a site engineer for a G plus 15 story building, and after that, and I got a chance as a design engineer, and then I worked with central government projects and state government projects, and also some private projects, and I deals with so many softwares when I was in India, and then finally I was end up with multinational company. It was based on USA and Canada. So there I used to design a telephone towers as per the American standards, and the projects were from America itself. So then after that, I was motivated with the culture in USA. Then I came to USA for masters, and I did my masters in University of Houston, and then after that, I completed my master's almost like within 1 year, and I got an internship. So as a structural engineer, and I after that, and So 1 year, literally 1 year, I worked in office and I studied in my masters, and this is how it should be in USA. And then finally, I was converted into the full time. Right now, I was working as a full time structural engineer, and we used to design. RCC buildings and steel buildings and wooden buildings and precast buildings and some kind of masonry structures, and these are all kind of structures we used to design. Otherwise, so like in India, most of the people were most of the engineers were busy, or else they were occupied with only one kind of structure. Like if they are doing RCC, they might not have that much knowledge on a steel structures. If someone was working on a steel structures, they might don't get a chance to work on RCC, or else they might don't know the subject as well. But in USA, it's not like that. We have to work on all the kind of things, and whatever the project we used to get, and then we have to work on it. Like if we get a steel structures, we have to design, and if we got a masonry structures, we have to design that. Everything in our control, and it's a kind of fun learning every day, and it's kind of challenging, and deals with the Americans is very easy, and also it's a kind of like these people are I like this place basically. Why? Because I was fed up in India, and then I came here with lots of dreams. And when I came here, and I finally felt that this is the best place for me to stay here. Why? Because I worked in a night and day in India, so I literally fed up. So that's cool. Okay, so let us go with the how I was end up here. So in USA, why? Because when I was in third year. When I was in second year basically, so I started myself learning the things, so learning the softwares and learning about the opportunities, and started learning towards the real time practical knowledge. And I'm gonna share with you what I learned, and how we are using the software into the real time projects and that kind of things. And let me share my screen. And yeah, so hope you can see my screen, guys. Is my screen coming through, guys? Can anyone confirm? Is my screen coming through?
Yes.
Okay, so one person is asking like USA వెళ్తే యుఎస్ఏ స్లాంగ్ ఆటోమేటికల్ గా వస్తుందా సార్? సో ఇట్ డజంట్ లైక్ దట్. యుఎస్ఏ స్లాంగ్ ఆటోమేటిక్ అయితే రాదు బేసికలీ. సో మనమే వీ హ్యావ్ టు ట్రైన్ అవర్ సెల్ఫ్ లైక్ గెటింగ్ దట్ యుఎస్ఏ స్లాంగ్. బట్ ఇట్స్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ మనకి యూజువలీ కొంచెం స్టార్టింగ్ లో ఉంటాం కదా, కొంచెం కైండ్ ఆఫ్ హార్డ్గా ఉంటుంది. బట్ వీ యూస్ టు గెట్ ఇట్. లైక్ మనం అది తెచ్చుకుంటేనే ఆ స్లాంగ్ ని మనం మెయింటైన్ చేసేటట్టు ఉండాలి. బట్ స్టిల్ ఇట్స్ ఓకే, యూ విల్ గెట్ ఇట్. వన్స్ మనం ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి పాసిబుల్. బట్ దట్స్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఆ వే ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ మనం తెచ్చుకోవాలి. స్కూల్, దట్స్ అ పర్సనల్ మెసేజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ. బట్ సో యాజ్ ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ, అండ్ fortunately, I am the CEO and founder of Bhavanam C2C, and I am very grateful to be here with my team. And so we are educating almost more than 5,000 students so far, and we have been here for last 4 years. And maybe we are doing a great job, and all the students were satisfied, and they are learning so many things, and they are getting a jobs, and everything I am gonna show you guys. Okay, so let us go there. First thing, guys, please, I don't want to take too much time. Why? Because already Chandravardhan took almost half of the time, most of the time. But I want you to guys to give a recap. Like I will bring you to the within 15 to 20 minutes, and I will give you entire knowledge. So okay, if you wanted to become a civil engineer, okay, so everyone wanted to become a civil engineer, but as a civil engineer, he don't know what civil engineer can do. So let me tell you the three things we have to keep in mind. So in the civil engineering, we must need to work on like manaki architectural engineering untadi, structural engineering untadi, and construction engineering untadi. These are the three main things, guys. And the architectural engineer, structural engineer, site engineer. ఆర్కిటెక్చరల్ ఇంజనీర్ అతను ఆర్కిటెక్చరల్ ప్లాన్స్ డ్రా చేస్తాడు. ఆర్కిటెక్చరల్ డ్రా చేసిన ప్లాన్స్ ని తీసుకొని స్ట్రక్చరల్ ఇంజనీర్ కాలమ్స్, బీమ్స్, లేఅవుట్స్ అన్ని డ్రా చేస్తారు. అది తీసుకొని కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇంజనీర్ సైట్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ బిల్డింగ్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తాడు. దట్స్ ఇట్. దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ. వీళ్ళు ముగ్గురు ఏ సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు అనేది నేను చూపిస్తా, అండ్ ఒక రియల్ టైం ప్రాజెక్ట్ కూడా నేను చూపిస్తా హౌ వి డిడ్ అనేది. ఓకే, సో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ I wanted to బికమ్ ఏ బైక్ రేసర్. సో మీలో జస్ట్ ఇమాజిన్, మీలో ఎంతో మంది, చాలా మంది సివిల్ ఇంజనీర్ అవ్వాలి, నేను ప్యాషన్ తో సివిల్ జాయిన్ అయ్యా, ఐ వాంట్ టు బికమ్ ఏ సివిల్ ఇంజనీర్ అని చెప్పి ఫీల్ అవుతారు కదా. సో ఇప్పుడు నేను అతనికి చెప్తా చూడండి. సో
Hello?
జస్ట్ ఇమాజిన్, ఐ వాంట్ టు బికమ్ ఏ,
Hello?
యా
I'm audible.
వాట్ ఎవర్.
Sorry for the interruption. Can you speak in English also? It's better to connect.
ఓకే, so let me try to do this. Okay, I wanted to become a bike racer. Guys, so many civil engineers are wanted to become a civil engineers, but literally they don't know what type of set of skills they need it. If they wanted to become a civil engineers, just one simple example. I wanted to become a bike racer. Okay, so I had a 50 lakhs of rupees. Did I become a bike racer? If I had a 50 lakhs and I got my beautiful ninja bike, did I become a civil engineer? I'm like bike racer? Not at all. If you don't have a right set of skills, you never become a bike racer. What are the right set of skills you needed? License. You must need to have a license if you wanted to race a bike. Okay. And rules and regulations. You must need to know the rules and regulations as per the traffic rules and regulations. And the skills, you must need to understand how the components will work, and how the brake will work, and how the clutch will work. When do I need to apply the brake in order to take the shortcuts or take the turns and everything. Okay, track for practice. If you haven't practiced it, and if you don't have any proper track to practice, you never become a bike racer. Suppose if you have experience, so just imagine guys, if you have experience, if you don't have an experience, you may not become a bike racer. The only the thing what you have to do, so you have to go over and over. So if you go for first time, then you can maybe better in the next time. So that's why experience matters a lot. Okay. So Venki, could you please open the annotate button and try to clear these handouts on something? Okay. So every time. So communication skills, guys, 6 highly recommended skills I am telling you guys. So these are the 6 highly recommended skills you need to learn it. Why? Because if you don't know the 6 highly recommended recommendation skills, just imagine yourself, if you are in a fifth year, or if you are in a fourth year, or if you are in a third year, if you don't know these 6 skills, okay, it would be nothing you can't do. You never become a civil engineer. Okay, what I conclude, only when you are in a BTech, you are always good at 2 skills. You might be good at 2 skills, communication skills. So many people are good at communication, that's fine. And BTech certificate, eventually you will get it if you did a small kind of hard work, okay? And the rest of the things, it never come from a BTech, bachelor's. The technical knowledge, whatever the studies, whatever the things you learn in your college, are you able to use in a real time? No, not at all. I'm not sure. I'm sure they are not teaching you the technical knowledge, or else application of that bookish knowledge. So you must need to get this technical code book knowledge. I'm damn sure that you guys are good at only 3 codes: IS456, IS800, and SP16. Okay, so that's it. No, nothing. Even though we didn't get that one. When I was in a bachelor's, and I literally know these 3 things. Okay, then eventually when I completed my bachelor's, then I got to know that, oh, there are just 30 code books. These 3 code books are just a basics. There was a 30 code books in order to apply into our particular specialization, software knowledge. And if you don't know the software, even though if you don't have a mobile, so you can't do anything. You can't go anywhere, guys. So you need to get this mobile, right? So it's also one kind of tool. If you don't have a tool, you can't do anything. So this same thing, all the civil engineer companies are mainly depend on the software. If you don't know the software, how can they hire you? They can't hire you guys. Why? Because they're purchasing the softwares by paying a lakhs of rupees. They're purchasing the software to make the work shorter and to make the work quicker. They're purchasing per lakhs of rupees. If you are not learning the softwares, how could they hire you, and how could they give you the job and the practical knowledge? You must need to go site and learn something, as Vardhan sir told so many things. So you must need to do those when you are in bachelor's. These are the 6 highly recommended skills you need to get it when you are in a bachelor's. Otherwise, it will be very hard for you to learn these things when you come out of the college. Okay. So let me go through the few softwares. Architectural engineers, AutoCAD, Revit, SketchUp, 3ds Max, Vira and Lumion. In India, wherever you go, these are the six things architectural people will use. Even if you come to USA, so most of the people are using AutoCAD and Revit, SketchUp, Vira, Lumion. That's it. Everywhere, these are the main things. What we will do with the AutoCAD architecture, this is how we will draw. That's it. This is what you have to draw by using AutoCAD. It's all about the knowledge. It's AutoCAD won't give you this plan directly. You have to know, you have to be good at where I need to keep the kitchen and where I need to keep the bedroom, how I can decide as per vastu and everything. This is the main thing. AutoCAD structural, you can see structural drawings. This is the beam, floor beam, and slab layout and everything. This is how the people will draw these plans. And this plan was drawn by me actually when I was in India and I was working for the private projects. These drawings were drawn by me. So I created all these kind of short things. So being a structural engineer, and this is a AutoCAD structural, and this is a PMB building, pre-metal building. So pre-engineering metal buildings, or else pre-engineering buildings, we call it as. Okay, this is how the people will draw the everything in AutoCAD. Okay, Revit. Just imagine if you could draw this kind of thing, how proud your parents will be. So this is what you have to do by using the Revit. You won't get it eventually. So if you won't get it when if you haven't started learning, if you started learning, eventually you will get it one day by making this beautiful house plans and interior designs and everything. You need to get some creativity in your head. So that's the main reason. That's the thing will make you to draw these kind of things. And this project were drawn by Miss Priya Narwal. So she is architect in Haryana. And then SketchUp. SketchUp is a easy software. You must need, even 10th class student can learn the SketchUp, and it's just a simple drag and drop the kind of things. And you can see Mr. Spandana did these projects. So this is American Community Building, and then 3ds Max. You can see how beautiful it was. So this is how you have to do by using the 3ds Max. You can see these cutouts. The people from the marketing, the flat marketing people use these kind of cutouts to show how beautiful their product or else how flat will be. So based on that, the people will buy the flat without even seeing the constructed one. Okay, this is how we will show. And these all things we can do with our softwares, architectural softwares, in this kind of AutoCAD. And Revit and Vira and Lumion is the helping tools. It's just like doing a markup for the model, which we drawn in a SketchUp or Revit or 3ds Max. Okay, let me go through the Vira and Lumion. You can use the Vira set to understand and visualize our buildings also. Okay, so then we will discuss about the structural software and Etabs, Safe and CSI Bridge and STAD Pro, Foundation, RCDC, Midas, Ansys, and we have a plenty of software, guys. But you have to be good at choosing which one is best for you. Suppose what I can blindly suggest you, if you wanted to design RCC buildings, always try go for Etabs. Okay, and foundations safe. If you are designing, industry is following this, guys. Burj Khalifa was the world tallest building, and the upcoming building will be the Jeddah Tower, and the world tallest building were used by Etabs software. It's a Etabs software. Just imagine. So Etabs is mainly for the RCC structures. If you are designing RCC structure, don't go for a STAT Pro. STAT Pro is very good for a steel structures, and industry is using the STAT Pro for steel structures. So Etabs, RCC, and Safe foundation design, CSI bridge design, and STAT Pro for the steel structures, and STAT foundation for the STAD. If you design the steel structures in STAT Pro, you can use those same file and convert it into the foundations. Then that will design the foundations. RCDC, it's a design and detail and draw. You can make the designs and you can detailing it and you can create the drawings also by using RCDC. And Midas, can use it for buildings and bridges and everything. Ansys, it's a FEM software and like finite element method software and IS codes. I kept you a few IS codes, guys. You must need to know these things. And IS 456, why it's for RCC code and SP16 design aid. And these are the two things you know. But you must need to, if you wanted to be a site engineer, or if you must need to be in a good in site engineering, you must need to use the SP34 is the general detailing. Suppose if you are in a seismic area, so you must need to use the ductile detailing, guys, and the concrete makes and the gravity loads. These things you never and ever know, even though your faculty won't teach you these things, and we faculty even they don't know about these code books. And IS 875 part 1 for dead load, part 2 for live loads, part 3 for snow loads, part 3 for wind loads, and part 4 for snow loads, and part 5 for load combinations. And then lateral loads, if you are applying the load in horizontally, if you have a building and if you are applying the load in horizontally, so then you have to consider these code book IS 1893 and IS earthquake structures and IS 16700 tall buildings. If you wanted to design the Burj Khalifa in our India, so we don't have any code book first, but we have to go through the literatures and we have to design. But still we have a code book for tall buildings that is for limited heights actually. So and IS 875 part 3 for wind loads. And you must need to know the manual calculations, guys. Manual calculation is a king for structural engineers. Okay, steel structures, I hope you know that. Okay, then I will show you the one real-time project which I did when I was in India. And so this is a G plus 6-story building, and I got the architectural plan from the architect, and I wanted to design. They gave me initial column sizes, and I took it as and I marked it into my AutoCAD, and then I decided the spacings, and that's it. If you know the spacings, then that's it. You can go ahead and model this. This is my Etabs model, and I kept it as a one-way slabs based on L2 by L1 ratio. And then I decided it's a one-way slab. And then after that, we have a G plus story building, 6-story building. See how I made it this in Etabs. And then I applied the loads, and this is a parapet load, and this is a wall load, and I applied the live loads also onto the slab and everything. And I got these results, and nothing was failing. And if everything was falling based on everything was passing based on my section sizes. And if anything was fails, and I will go and recheck again. And that is how we will do. And after that, once I did with the design, and I used to create the drawings, guys. No one can help you with that, so you have to learn everything. So you know what I did? When the architect gave me, and I opened the AutoCAD, and I created the column layouts, and I did the geotech, like entire ETAPS model, and I myself I did the detailing also. This is for the structure. This is for the construction drawings actually. So I used to give them a like what type of footing they used to keep on the every column and everything. I created a schedule. So I myself only created a schedule on this everything, and then I sent it to the project manager, like site engineer, and they used to construct, and they miss a few of the bars in the site and combined footing. And I went there and I checked on the almost like night at 9 o'clock. I checked there and I found that there was a 2 bars are missing, and I told them to rectify, and I told them to add those, and they added and they constructed, and they kept all these things. And see you how it would be. Like you can see, this is a slab reinforcement, and this is like, and then after, if you are working on a Stat Pro is mainly for the steel structures. You can design the pre-engineering buildings like this, and the truss structures, and that's it. Okay, and the pipe rack structures also were there. So it's a industrial structures. And then coming to the Stat Pro, and I did these things, and this is a PEMB, and this is a pipe rack structures, and these projects I did when I completed my bachelor's, and then when I was working as a steel detailer. Okay, so Midas, and this is how these kind of things how we would design. And Durgam Cheru Bridge, one of our course instructor involved into this Durgam Cheru cable bridge. So in Hyderabad, and so he did that one. So and you can see this is the Midas model. This is how we will keep it. This is a lower pylon, and this is upper pylon, and these are the cables to support and the girders and everything. Okay, and then let us discuss about the construction softwares. And construction softwares, Primavera, MS Project, Synchro 4D. We have a bunch of softwares, other softwares also, and I will show you those things. And BAM. Okay, so if we talks about BAM is very important for the Indian people and American people. And America is started with the BM itself, but India still we are on the BAM models and everything. And it's a 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 2D for modeling, and 4D for time scheduling, and 5D for cost estimation, 60 for sustainability, green buildings and everything. Softwares we will use for a BIM and AutoCAD. AutoCAD is a common software. Revit architectural, Revit structural, Revit MEP, and Primavera, Synchro 4D, Navisworks, and LOD, level of developments, and how much level we have to design. So conceptual design and schematic design and development design and the construction documents and fabrication assembly and as built. This is how we will go with this LOD. LOD is a type of construction. What phase we are. When if you give me a project, I will simply draw a sketch on paper, and that what we called as LOD 100. And if I draw an AutoCAD, then that will called as a schematic design. If I draw everything in a 3D, then I will call it as a detailed design, like a 300, and then 350 construction documents. And I prepared everything for you, and I want you to construct that as per my drawings. That was what we call a construction document. This is how it would be. Okay. And the Primavera, and I'm going to show you one beautiful animation, guys, for you, and then you definitely understand this. Okay. So let me play this one. Make sure, just see, guys. The first thing, this is the Primavera. Just a minute, Synchro 4D, and see, there was a work actually. If you see, they are constructing the one building. Okay, if the time will changes, here is April and July, October, and January 2016. So if this time changes and this there was a construction going on, this is how we will work with the high rise buildings or huge some big projects, and when that was including the building information modeling. Okay, you can see there was a things were going here, and the building was constructing it, and you can see slabs were completed, and this is how we will schedule. And this is based on how many labors we had, how many materials we had, how many work, like all the equipments we have. This everything will depends. Based on that, we will design this kind of animations, and we can decide, and then finally we will decide exactly this year we are going to close this project, we are going to construct this project. Based on this kind of analysis we will do. So these are most probably we have to do these things, guys. Okay, so what we almost ended this session, guys, don't worry. And thanks for your patience. And what type of jobs we have and how much salaries we will get if we learn this software. So most of the people, I am sure most of you guys already learn these softwares, and I'm glad if you already started learning. And if you haven't, I could feel shame basically. Why? Because you must need to start learning the software when you are in second year. That's the thing. That's it. If you started a second year learning second year, then you will get more than this pay. Okay. If you are good at AutoCAD, you might be it. This is a tentative numbers. This might be higher or this might be lower. Most probably higher will be the possibility. If you learn AutoCAD when you are in a final year or after completing your bachelor's, then you will end up with the 15,000. That's it. I can simply say 15,000 if you started very late. Okay. And the Revit 25,000, and SketchUp 20,000, AutoCAD 3ds Max 20,000 most probably, and Etabs 25,000, CSI Safe 20,000, and StatPro 25,000, Idea StatCAD 20, and Tekla 30. Yeah, Tekla we have a demand, guys. And Midas 25. Okay, so hope you got it right. But why I told you, when you started learning in a fourth year or after completion of bachelor's, you end up with this number, right? What if you learn when you are in first year? Okay, second year, just imagine. If you learn these softwares when you are in second year, what will happen? Let me show you some people. So my students, Miss Niharika, So she's from RGKUT, and she started AutoCAD when she was in second year. She is working in this company. She's paid by this month. This month. See, guys, 2023 passed out. When I was in bachelor, when I complete my bachelor's, and I didn't get this much salary. Why? Because I started my learning after 3 years. I mean, third year. But she started when she was in second year itself. And she did a number of projects, and Bounam C2C gave a real-time projects to her, and she worked well, and she did a hard work, and she trained well, and she got this much of uh, pay. Just imagine if she got it, maybe 40K per month right now. Maybe after 2 years, she might be end up with 80K. We had a huge opportunities, but we people are thinking like we don't have any jobs, we don't have any opportunities. This is how we are behaving like old people. Oh, I don't have any energy to run or this kind of things. But we have a good number of jobs, guys, but only the thing, we don't know the knowledge, we don't have a knowledge, proper knowledge, and we don't have some kind of technical skills or communication skills also, that I can say. And Miss Pravalika, these both people are friends basically, okay. And so she learned these softwares, and she also started when she was in second year, that's it. So these two people came in from, like, they talked with me when